Hello again. For many of us, stamps bearing the monarch's head are similar to coins which show the same thing. They are quintessentially British and quite unmistakable. After all, the stamps of almost every country in the world have the name of the country on them. Not in Britain, though. We have never felt the need to put United Kingdom or Britain on our stamps. The King or Queen's head is quite sufficient to tell anybody which country the stamps are from. The Royal Mail is a little like the Royal Mint. It's part of our history. Now, though, it's being sold to some millionaire spiv from Czechoslovakia. Why this should be so is quite beyond me, and even those writing in the financial pages of the newspaper seem to be a little taken aback by such a move. It's just one of those things, like selling British steel to a Chinese company in 2020. It's just what happens these days. Britain, of course, launched the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century and led the way in many fields of science and industry right through to the 1970s. From the invention of the Bessemer converter to produce steel, to the opening of the world's first full-scale nuclear power station at Calder Hall in 1956, Britain has been a pioneer. Thinking again of the Royal Mail, it's one of the oldest organisations in the entire world, dating back to 1516. Something, though, has gone wrong with this country, and what it is more than I can say. Perhaps it is that there no longer seems to be any pride in our past of the things which we achieved, like abolishing slavery in Africa and using our navy to put an end to the practice as far as we were able to do so, or saving Europe from Napoleon in the early 19th century and Hitler in the 20th century. There is a feeling that all those things which we should be proud of are now a source of shame instead. Rather than feeling satisfaction for all that we did for Africa and Asia, we're made to feel now as if it would have been better for those regions if we'd just left them alone. Had we done so, then Africa would still, for the most part, be in the Stone Age, and India would certainly not be the world power it is today. From the building of roads and airports in Africa to India's ability to send rockets to the moon, it was the British Empire which made it all possible. I suppose that this is really just an old person's complaint about the changing world in which we live, and my bewilderment at the rapidity with which my country has plummeted down to the extent that we are now begging foreigners to buy the Royal Mail or take over our steel industry. I'm no economist, but I'm bound to say something doesn't feel right about all this.